Today is a juicy one, I guarantee you. Juicy. What's going on, peeps? It's Karl here, back with another episode. We're finally getting to another one of Geared Out. This is episode number, I think I need a refresher, episode 14, which is awesome. And I just can't believe how quickly this series has kind of taken off. We did have a winner from episode 13, which was Chris. Congrats, you had the best setup. That one was kind of close though. In today's episode though, we have the toughest decision. We've had some very solid entries, and even myself, I kind of can gauge who might be winning. In this one, I think this one's a straight toss-up. So remember to vote. I will leave that card system up here for your favorite Geared Out entry. And remember, if you want to submit your own content, just kind of see what people are submitting, gauge if you can compete, and just really make sure that the quality of the pics is your absolute best that you can do, as that's kind of the only way which I think you'll win. And I'm not saying that you have to have the craziest gear. I think the most important thing is to have the overall setup and the overall pics to look good, because I think that influences people more so on the actual gear that you have. And don't worry, I'm working on a Geared Out budget edition. Just have a lot of things on the plate. I will get to you guys, I promise. Let's go. And our very first submission comes to us from Andrei, and I'm really loving the background that you've got. It looks like a simple wood finish, looks nice and clean, a KP0G pack to store all of your things, a 13-inch MacBook Pro, this is the older gen, looks slightly gold, but I know that's just the lighting, and a Surface Book for your second laptop, so that kind of mimics my current setup. Another item that you've got, I'm assuming you use this with your Surface Book, this is the Microsoft Arc mouse, nice and ergonomic, an iPhone 5S. I wonder if you're thinking of upgrading to the SE or you like the 5S form factor. Second smartphone, you seem to have two of a lot of things, the Samsung S7 Edge, one of my favorite Android devices from last year, and your camera is the Samsung NX500, and a pair of headphones, and these are super sweet. I've been dying to try these out myself, the Master and Dynamics MW60s, and you also have a JM Go projector. Wondering if you like to take your show on the road. And last but not least, your smartwatch, the Moto 360 Original, one of my all-time favorites. Thanks so much, Andrei. Switching on over to entry number 2, we can keep the peace sign up. We've got Nick, who has an awesome looking setup, kicking things off with a Manfrotto 502 HD tripod. You've got a Sony FS7, and I'm assuming you're some sort of filmmaker, as that's a crazy rig. The two main lenses that you're choosing, Canon 70-200 and a 24-70, both f4. A Rode NTG2 microphone, you must make some killer content. I will leave his link down below. An Instax Mini 90, so going old school with some classic photography. A LaCie 1TB hard drive, I can't complain as that's in orange. And you also have an iPhone 6S, black, slightly fingerprinty, but I won't take off too many points from you, and I'm sure no one else will either. And last but not least, a pair of headphones, the Sony MDR7056s. Thank you very much, Nick. I'm really stoked to check out some of your content. Switching on to entry number 3, we've got Theo, who starts things off with a Nikon D3300, a solid DSLR. This is around 400 bucks. You've got a couple lenses to pair with it, a nifty, it's not a nifty 50, but a 35mm f1.8, which is solid, and also a Tamron 70-300, and that's around 150 bucks, so really good value for the lenses that you've chosen. You've got two GoPros, and I'm sure that little baggie is filled with attachments. Your newest one is the Hero 5 Session, nice and compact. Switching to smartphones, you've got a OnePlus X, which is once again a solid budget-friendly phone, an iPad Air 2 to round out your tablet game, and I love that you've included a pair of kicks since I'm a pretty big sneakerhead, some Vans ISOs, those are pretty simple, all black, so that works for me. All black everything for shoes is always a safe and solid option. Entry number 4, Tommy has a pair of kicks, which we'll get to. I'm excited to see those, but to kick things off, an iPad Mini 2 for your tablet of choice, a MacBook Air, which I'm not too sure if Apple's gonna be upgrading that or if that might just die off. Phone-wise, you've got two, but I kind of see your Apple theme going. You've got an iPhone 6, and of course, the thing that I've been waiting for, Yeezys, V2 Oreos. You lucky bum. I lined up and took a straight L for those. Entry number 5, we've got Viktor, who seems to be using a super wide angle lens or maybe even a GoPro to take these pics, so they're really cool. 15-inch MacBook Pro, just kind of like this guy here. An iPhone 6s Plus in the space gray colorway, a pair of Shure SRH 942 headphones, and those are a solid option. You do have a GoPro Hero 5 Black, and once again, your solid pics show that you might be using that. Switching on over to an Emmy Canvas Bluetooth speaker, this thing looks straight legit. I actually might have to order one myself, it looks really clean. An NVIDIA Shield K1 tablet, and to keep things organized, you of course use the Cocoon Grid It, and that's in a black and red colorway. People seem to love those over on Geared Out. And last but not least, we are actually matching watches, so big props to you. You've got an Omega Planet Ocean. I've got the same one, just with more orange, as obviously orange happens to be my favorite thing, and I support your watch selection. Good job. Okay, I think that will pretty much wrap up today's episode of Geared Out, and remember to vote for your favorite entry, card system linked up here. And if you want to enter, just be sure to read the info in the description and submit your very best content. I think that really does matter, and people do notice, and they will vote for you if you've got a sweet setup. And for everyone else, I will catch the rest of you in one of my next episodes, maybe some of my vlogs that I'm hopefully planning to make somewhere else on YouTube as I sip more of my lemon water. Peace.